This is pretty steep. Can this bike handle it? Punters, welcome. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a splendid day. I definitely am, because today is the first ride on my new value bike. It's a Giant Trans X3, and in my previous video, we put all my parts on it, and you can see that by clicking right up there. In today's video, we're going to see just how capable this value bike is by taking it down one of my favorites, a classic on this channel. It's called Rupert, built by Gary McFarlane, and it's a black rated trail here in Squamish, BC. With how good these value bikes are nowadays, they should be a lot more capable than the value bikes of past. And when I say value bikes, I mean like $3,000 or less. So that's what we're going to find out today. We're going to take it on a pretty legit mountain bike trail here and see how it handles, see if I can have a good time. Let's go. But I'm not just going to drop straight into this without setting this thing up. So before getting to the trail, I've set my sag and I've bedded in the brake pads using the classic technique of just doing a couple of power sprints into skids and then pouring some water on them before doing some more power sprints into skids with that water on, and that's going to really help create a layer around the disc and bed your pads in. Tires, check the pressures, 20 psi in the back, 18 in the front, and the great thing is that these tires are exactly the same as I have on my other bike, so that's going to be consistent. And yet I did put flat pedals on initially, but I haven't ridden flat pedals. At this point, it's been years. Before I get to spend some real time riding flats, I've just put some XT clipless pedals on, just so I can feel a bit familiar. First feature, tricky roots, tight corner. For some reason, everyone is still going wide around this corner. The line is on the inside. All right, down here, over the roots, looking ahead to the inside. Easy. That was a pretty easy job. Job done, all right. Little rock just there. See how the value bike handles that. Ooh! Even though I've ridden this trail about 1,000 times, that was the worst line of all time. Oh, easy. I just gotta check the angle on the levers. Feels a bit different. I mean, I've only been riding OneUp bars for the last 2 years. I think these have got a bit more sweep on them maybe, but people always ask where this app is to measure stuff. It's the Measure app on an iPhone. You don't have an iPhone? Sorry, we can't be friends. That's fine. Yeah, it's just a bit more swept back. It's a bit different. What was your name?
My name's Damien.
Damien has just showed up on this trail. He watched one of my videos about this trail yesterday, and now he's here riding it. Well, you haven't even tried to ride it yet, so I wouldn't worry about it. It all rolls. Step 1, rock roll. Step 2, don't know. Step 3, become millionaires. Is that the line?
I think so.
Something like that. So what's different? I mean, this bike is a medium for starters, so it's a little bit shorter as well, but I'm not going to make this about sizing difference because that's a whole different topic. But yeah, the fork and the shock is definitely a lot lower spec on this. So on these bigger compressions, there's going to be a clear difference between them, but it's going to be fine on the trail like this. Okay, so 1 rock roll, 2 rock rolls. I mean, it's actually easier than the first. The bike's going to be fine on all of this. It can handle even more than this probably. Really, I think when you have like the better suspension, the better forks, it's just about refinement. But then when you start going really fast and really compress, that's where those adjustments are going to be way more useful. Let's get right it. Looking ahead, straight down the worst line ever. Okay, second feature, looking ahead. Here, oh, and this bit, oh. I can definitely notice the weight difference compared to my other one. I mean, the other one weighs hardly anything, but it's not bad, it's just different. I'd say I'm just not used to it, but rode that feature fine, didn't it? Didn't hold me back. This would be money well spent. Next, slab. Big rock slab here, come wide around the outside, little bit of a shelf, down into a pretty decent compression at this point. You carry your speed down here through that bit of chunk, and then you should carry that speed over the next little rock there with no pedaling. That's the idea. Now, me and Joel just heard someone say that if you touch your brakes on this slab at any moment, you're done for. No, it's fine. The problem with grabbing a brake on something like this is if you're not pointing in a straight line. If you're in a straight line, you can grab as much brake as you want. You can skid to your heart's content. When you're wanting to go this way, but your bike is going this way, and you grab your brakes, that's where things go wrong. Anyway, let's see if this value bike can handle it. It probably can. What do you reckon, Joel? You think so as well? Let's go, crew. Value bikes. Oh, gotta say, sintered pads, metallic pads, whatever you want to call them, best upgrade you can do on your bike. Organic pads just don't have the power. You can't get the most out of the brakes. These feel fantastic. And a lot of that is down to that pad type. Upgrade. Hey, Damien, how much do you reckon my bike cost?
No idea.
Take a rough guess. Shot in the dark. Aluminium frame, 150mm travel, wide bars, 4-pot brakes, great tires, great wheels. 3,000 bucks. Bargain. So far this bike is great. I feel like setting up the sag, I wasn't too accurate on my bike. 26-27% sag is kind of the sweet spot, and then about 20% on the fork. But in the garage, when I was trying to set the sag, I don't know, I was getting like 25% whatever I did, and yeah, it was very strange. So this is why like sag is, you know, it's a good starting point, but like if you actually want to dial in your bike, then it's about how it rides on the trail. Oh, actually feels quite nice now. Oh yeah. Woo! I'm ready for the rock roll. More rock rolls. Might be the nerdest thing I've ever done. Right, you might remember this from my fantastic video that I did with Camillo, where he rode his first black trail ever. And this feature got him really puckered, I think is the word. Do you understand what that is, Canadian Joel? Puckered? He's nodding. Great, fantastic. It looks so intimidating. This thing is one of the most it goes things on this trail. So let's go and see if it goes, I guess. Number 4 and the roll. Easy. Oh, here is the thing about value bikes. The most important thing that a bike can have is good geometry. So the fact that this Trance X3 has the same geometry as my bike means that it's going to be capable. Yes, the spec on it isn't as high as what I've got on the carbon one, but that's not as important as good geometry and good fit. That's the one thing you should take away if you're trying to get some information about how much you should be spending on your next bike, or maybe your first bike. Who knows? Final feature, the toilet bowl, a big wooden berm with rock slid in the middle. I treat it as 2 parts. So I come down here carrying speed, then you pop up, and then you just kind of aim to get to that middle rock armored bit. Once you've got up there, the rest just writes itself. Très simple. But I mean, how can this value bike do this? I don't know. I mean, I gotta hope, I guess. Fingers crossed. Okay, we're coming in. Great trail work by the trail crew. Carry the speed, pop it up, looking ahead, and just roll down. Oh, it's like riding nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Joel, I don't think we've really pushed the limits of this bike. Should we go ride just the biggest slab in Squamish? Let's go. This is In-N-Out Burger, one of the longest, steepest slabs in all of Squamish. And you can see the town all the way down there. In fact, you can see this slab as you're driving along the highway. It's so big. Now, if we're really going to test this value bike, I've kind of got to ride this, right? So what have we done to this thing? We changed the pads, we got better brakes, which means I'm going to have more confidence on this. And from riding Rupert, I can feel comfortable that it's going to be able to handle whatever this is going to throw at me. So if you want to see brand new people riding a mountain bike for the first, brand new people? Are they babies? If you want to see people that have never ridden a mountain bike take on mountain biking for the first time, then make sure you hit subscribe so you can catch that future upload. And if you know someone that's never ridden a mountain bike and maybe they do other sports, direct message me on Instagram at Paul the Punter, and hopefully we'll get them out riding. But if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you hit the like button because Now I'm going to go and ride this. And of course, if I'm going to get down this slab safe, it's time to be slow and awkward. Check out the brand new Team Slow and Awkward gloves, available in the link in the description below, and also it's the first pinned comment. They're selling quite fast, actually. So grab a pair today. Woo! That is so long!